Hello there and welcome to the Really Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. And apologies again to everybody who's waited with bated breath for a video from me. You haven't had one for I don't know how long since the West Brom sort of post-match thoughts, which was about 10 days or so ago. I think maybe 9 days. I don't know. It was sometime back end of last weekend, wasn't it? So yeah, apologies for that. I didn't do a preview for Portsmouth, or I didn't do a post-match for Portsmouth, and that was, I didn't watch the Portsmouth game. I didn't see the Portsmouth game, thankfully, as it turned out. And I did have a bad feeling about this match. As I put it, it stank a bit of Leeds United losing the game, and obviously we did in the end. 1-0, our fourth defeat of the season, which have all been 1-0, haven't they? Three of them away from home, just the one at Ellen Road against Burnley in, was it September? So yeah, frustrating, and this is the sort of, the essence of this video and the title, frustrating. Not exactly, it's not a post-match thoughts, it's like a general chat about how things are going for Leeds United at this current rate and how I feel about it. So, it's not quite post-match thoughts. I will be doing a preview for the Millwall game tomorrow evening, so do watch out for that on the channel. But this is, give me your thoughts in the comments there below. Did you go to Portsmouth on the weekend? It's a long old way. Obviously, Leeds United did disappoint us all in the end. Like I said, I was lucky enough not to watch the game, but I was following it as it unfolded, and obviously frustration, disappointment. But there was kind of like I knew Leeds United were going to lose that game. I just knew it. Sometimes you can just feel it, can't you? And intuition. And yesterday it came true from my point of view. I just couldn't see us winning the game. I don't know why. But give credit where credit's due with Portsmouth. They played well by all accounts. It's not a fluke that they beat us there. They're very, very strong at Fratton Park. And if you look at the other two teams at the top of the division with us, fighting for those two automatic spots, Sheffield United and Burnley, both of them drew 0-0 away at Fratton Park. So they did slightly better than us, but not much better really, with a 1-0 loss. The game, they didn't outplay us, obviously, Portsmouth, but they kind of heard people say they wanted it more. Away grounds like that, very difficult to travel to. Leeds United, in many ways, didn't get the rub of the green. If you look at that penalty decision, I know it was soft. Of course it was soft, but it's a penalty, really, when you look at it, for me. Obviously, we've got as Leeds United tinted glasses on, but, it's given it, football is soft nowadays. And if that's Premier League, it goes to VAR, and it's a penalty kick all day long. We've still got to score the penalty, but if we put it's all ifs and buts. But if we put that in at penalty, if he puts it in, it'll probably be Yopa on it. Put it in after 10 minutes, we're 1-0 up. It's a good start to the game. As it was, the game went on and on and on. 0-0. Portsmouth gained a little bit of confidence. They already had it, by the sounds of it, and they put the ball in the net for the only goal of the game in the 61st minute. Mr. Bishop, wasn't it, who scored? Look, I still really don't know how that ball went in the goal, to be quite honest with you. But it did, fingers pointed at Rodon, I think, fingers pointed at Meslier, of course. Should be coming out and commanding his box, being confident. He was kind of dilly-dallying a little bit. Obviously, it led to Bishop lifting it over the goal. I just got a nick off his fingers maybe, but it's rolled in off the post, and Portsmouth end up. You just knew then, and it was one of them games with me not watching it. Every single time I looked at the score when it went 1-0 or even at 0-0, you just thought we're not scoring. Every single time I look at it, we're not scoring a goal. When they scored, yeah, we're not scoring again. So it was curtains as soon as he scored. You just knew we weren't going to win the game. From the highlights, from bits I've seen, like everybody else, if you haven't watched the game and we've lost, you kind of want to forget about it till the next game. And this is a little bit what I've done. But I wanted to come on and give you my thoughts, because, I know that I haven't been on for over a week, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it and where Leeds United are. And like I said, as frustrating as it is, we have to back the team. You have to back the team. I mean, every week, I know if anybody watches Talking Leeds at my podcast with Aaron, of course, he comes on every week and asks me, "He's still far out after we've won a game, probably?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. Absolutely, you know my thoughts on the manager. If people have watched this, my channel long enough, you know my thoughts on the manager. And I'm not even bad mouthing the manager on this one. You know what I mean? It's the players for me. The players didn't stand up by the sound of it. They didn't show guts and what it is to fight for Leeds United on that day in Portsmouth yesterday, and they didn't do enough. But in terms of the manager, yes, I ultimately don't think he's good enough to take us where we want to be. Does he deserve the opportunity? Yes, of course. But for me, we will never go anywhere. And people are imploding. People are imploding. We haven't won for 2 games. It was a draw against West Brom at home, followed by a defeat to Portsmouth. And look, no game in this league is easy away from home. Leeds United, like it or not, as everybody's cup final. You can disagree if you want to, but in this division, Leeds United, you see Leeds United on the board, it fills out the stadiums. Their players are bang up for it, and they were yesterday, of course, and they ended up winning the game. And this is football, it happens. We're not entitled to win every single match, so you've got to fight for it. And as it was, I've heard a lot of people say Leeds United were just not at it yesterday. Perot missed that opportunity. Yes, he should have scored. And yeah, it's just one of them. One of them days for Leeds. A 17-game unbeaten run comes to a close. Look, we've lost 1 in 18. You know what I mean? It happens. It's all about the reaction, of course. Now, react. How are we going to react on Wednesday evening at Ellen Road? It's going to be packed out. I'm sure people, as frustrated as they are, it's one defeat. Get behind the team. And that's my message. Get behind the boys. See them over the line. We're still top of the league. It's in our hands. We've got the opportunity to again, teams might have overtaken us. They might have overtaken us by the time we play on Wednesday. But we need to, keep the pressure on them as well and keep them honest. Keep them, fighting for every ball because it's not done. There's 10 games to go. There's 10 games to go. We're top of the table. Even if both Sheffield United and Burnley win on Tuesday, we're still at a point behind. We'll go ahead of Burnley and Sheffield United if we win our game on Wednesday. So we've got to keep believing as a fan base. Got to get behind the boys. At Ellen Road, it's a different story. Millwall is a difficult game. Of course, they've beaten us twice already this time, but the fire in the bellies want to put it right on Wednesday. I believe Leeds United will, and it could go one of 2 ways. We could have a smashing performance and knock them out the park, or it could be a difficult night and they could end up beating us. It's one of them. But if we lose 2 in a row, people are going to implode, aren't they? To be quite honest, and it's going to be panic stations among the fan base. But at this current moment, yes, we weren't going to go unbeaten the whole season. We knew this. There's a lot of twists and turns in the tale to come, and we're just going to keep going, and we will be there. But yeah, I think performance-wise, Leeds United need to step up because yesterday, although I had a feeling we were going to lose, don't mean that we're going to lose, does it? We have to put on a performance, and Leeds United didn't. And yeah, I think maybe they were a bit aggrieved about that penalty early doors, and they just didn't. They didn't come out. The goal they conceded very much avoidable, but as the one last Saturday was Furlong, it was avoidable as well, But these things happen, The communication potentially in the back line isn't what it was 4, 5, 6 games ago, And for me, this result was coming, Hopefully we can get it out of the way with. We've got it out of the way with, and back to it now on Wednesday. Back to it, and show them, show us, the fan base, that they're at it, that they're hungry for it, and they don't want to let it slip, because that's what we've seen in the last few weeks with the late goals, winning games. It is football. You do lose some games eventually. Eventually, Sheffield United and Burnley will both lose before the end of the season is out. So, they've still got to play each other as well. So, it's not done. There's no need to panic. It is Leeds. It does feel, a bit like, well, here we go again. But that, history doesn't have to repeat itself. The boys need to keep calm. Go again Wednesday. We're at home. We've got a really good record at home. All right, it's Millwall, difficult game, but they're all difficult now. People want to come to Leeds United and take points off us. So we've got to be strong, be sturdy, and be lethal in front of goal, because that's not what we were yesterday. Perot missed a couple by the sound of it. Junior Firpo missed an opportunity as well. So, got to be clinical. You've got to be confident, and you've got to be sturdy at the back. So let's do it, Leeds. I believe we're still in a good position. It's difficult because it is frustrating, it's upsetting, but we've just got to show our quality and just get back to it on Wednesday. And I believe that the boys will. I don't think Millwall are in too good a form really. They are hovering on the edge of the playoff places, and Alex Neil does seem to have Mr. Farke's number, but it's a new game, it's a new day, it's a new game. It's 3 points on offer, and hopefully we can take them. But I will be doing a review tomorrow, sorry, a preview tomorrow, so do check in for that one if you want to. Of course, any Pompey fans watching, excellent result for you guys, and safety surely now is secured once and for all. I don't think there was any, probably amongst the fan base, but I don't think on a wider scale there was any sort of worry about them going down, really, to be quite honest. But there you go. Maybe they fancy an outside chance at the playoffs. Half the division doesn't it, at this current moment? So who knows? But let me know if you're of that persuasion watching this video. But thank you very much for watching. March on together. I'll see you on the next one.